Welcome back to Dark Corners Streaming. The penultimate collaboration of director Tod Browning and star Lon Chaney, West of Zanzibar, which you can find on YouTube, often gets forgotten alongside their better-known films, yet it is as emotionally charged as The Blackbird, as dark as The Unknown, and as gothic as London After Midnight. It also has the advantage of having been based on a stage play, Congo, by Chester Devond and Kilbourne Gordon, making the plot a bit more lucid than those stemming from Browning's imagination alone. Yet it still features Browning's larger-than-life melodrama and obsession with the stage. Magician, the great Phroso, gets into a fight with his wife's lover, Crane. Leaving him paralyzed. Crane runs off with Mrs. Phroso, then abandons her to starve. Phroso swears vengeance. And not just on Crane. We now jump ahead 18 years. Phroso is now living in the African jungle, keeping the natives at bay with his magic. With typical dedication, Chaney learned fire-eating for the role, burning the roof of his mouth in the process. Phroso's melodramatic plan is now reaching fruition. Having arranged for daughter Maisie to be brought up in the lowest dive in Zanzibar, he brings her to meet her father, further degrading her along the way and turning her into an alcoholic, before luring Crane to see what has become of his daughter. Needless to say, this simple story is not done twisting yet. West of Zanzibar, as befits a melodrama, is a film of reveals, reverses and change, embodied in Phroso himself. Even nowadays, characters in film seldom age 18 years convincingly, but Chaney absolutely does, and Crane's failure to recognise him is totally plausible. That the skeleton from his magic show triggers the recognition is a very Browning touch. Lionel Barrymore makes an excellent antagonist, in fact it would have been nice to see more of him, and Warner Baxter is a far more interesting love interest than the regulation handsome hero, a broken down alcoholic doctor. By contrast, Maisie is little more than a victim, and Mary Nolan does not always convince. Though it's hard not to wonder if her own personal history of scandal and abuse made it an awkward role to play. The studio settings are surprisingly convincing, even if the natives themselves come with the standard of its time warning. The plot is delightfully ludicrous and grotesque enough that the critics of Harrison's report described it as a piece of filth based on a horrible syphilitic play. Which didn't stop it from doing great business because, filth or not, it's very entertaining. The film was remade only 4 years later under its original title, Congo, with Walter Houston reprising his stage role of Phroso, but this time without the box office success, and I do wonder if there's an obvious reason why. It's easy to focus on how convincingly Chaney portrays paralysis, but more importantly, however over the top the events, his performance rings believable in every nuance, presenting a fully rounded character of depth and heart, even amongst the melodrama. It's a film that nails the relationship between actor and director. Browning needed a Lon Chaney to make audiences not just buy into events, but be moved by them. Few actors have ever had that gift. Thanks for watching. Please check out our special on Lon Chaney, and new to Dark Corners shop, why not pick up a t-shirt? Lon Chaney shall not die. Browning and Chaney made 10 films together. How many have you seen and which are your favourites? Let us know in the comments below.